Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Steelers select Joey Porter Jr. early in the second round. Like father like son. With the first pick of the second round of the 2023 draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers selected CB Joey Porter Jr. from Penn State this Friday, 28. The player is the son of Joey Porter, the franchise's legendary linebacker who participated in winning the 2005 Super Bowl. Porter's selection is consistent with Pittsburgh's moves to bolster the position since Cam Sutton left the team in the offseason. The freshman will have the opportunity to develop under the leadership of newcomer Patrick Peterson. Porter was tipped by many draft experts to be selected in the first round, but ended up not being chosen. According to Jerry Dulock of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, the player was the team's third favorite corner, right behind Devin Witherspoon and Christian Gonzalez, who were selected in the first round. In 2022, Porter recorded 11 pass deflections and 1 fumble recovery. He has just 1 interception in 4 years of college football. Ryan Clark has bold suggestion for Mike Tomlin. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been up and down this season. Mike Tomlin hasn't been able to find the same success from other years, and the worst part is that he's getting most of the blame. So, with all the rumblings about the team not living up to the tradition and whether he should be there or not anymore, former defensive star Ryan Clark had one blunt take. Talking on ESPN's Get Up, Clark stated that Tomlin should call it quits and leave the Steelers now, via Dov Kleiman. That's not a shot at him but the opposite, as he believes other teams would then be lining up to hire him because they all know just how good of a coach he is, all except the Steelers, it seems. Recently, Ben Roethlisberger called out the coaching and lack of leadership, stating that the team has lacked passion, effort, and discipline. He might be right, and it is a fact that most of those aspects have to do with coaching to some degree, but it's not like Tomlin is an average Joe, he's a guy who's earned his stripes in the league. Tomlin is one of the best coaches in the game, someone who's going to continue to find ways to get wins out of the mud regardless of the opponent of his team's lack of offensive talent. And in all reality, firing him would actually be doing him a huge favor, as it wouldn't take long before he gets at least 3 very lucrative offers from teams looking to hire him right away. Michael Pettaway Tomlin, born March 15, 1972, is an American football coach who is the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the National Football League, NFL. Since joining the Steelers in 2007, he has led the team to 10 playoff runs, 7 division titles, 3 AFC championship games, 2 Super Bowl appearances, and a title in Super Bowl 43. At age 36, Tomlin became the youngest head coach to win the Super Bowl, a record which was later broken by Sean McVay in Super Bowl 56. Tomlin holds the record for most consecutive non-losing seasons to begin coaching career with 16 and has never had a losing season. Tomlin was born in Hampton, Virginia, the younger of 2 sons. His brother, Eddie, is 3.5 years older. Their father, Ed Tomlin, played football at Hampton Institute in the 1960s, was drafted by the Baltimore Colts, and later played for the Montreal Alouettes in the Canadian Football League. The elder Tomlin died in January 2012 from an apparent heart attack in Ocala, Florida, at the age of 63. However, Tomlin hardly knew his birth father and was raised by his mother and stepfather, Julia and Leslie Copeland, who married when Tomlin was 6 years old. Tomlin graduated in 1990 from Denby High School in Newport News, Virginia. He graduated from the College of William and Mary with a sociology degree in 1995, becoming a member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. As a wide receiver, Tomlin was a second-team All-Yankee Conference selection in 1994. Steelers floated as potential trade destination for veteran Pro Bowl QB. NFL insider Peter King has argued during appearances on 93.7 The Fan throughout the recent 3-game losing streak of the Pittsburgh Steelers that the franchise needs to challenge quarterback Kenny Pickett with competition next season. King, though, didn't offer any specific quarterback names. However, on December 21, ESPN's Bill Barnwell did. Barnwell first linked 35-year-old veteran Case Keenum to the Steelers because of his experience playing for Pittsburgh interim play caller Mike Sullivan. But Barnwell also admitted that Keenum has connections with just about every coaching staff in the league, so that hardly makes him an obvious addition for Pittsburgh. Barnwell then connected the Steelers to Seattle Seahawks signal caller Geno Smith. Sullivan was also the offensive coordinator for the Giants during the Ben McAdoo era, when the backup for Eli Manning was current Seahawks starter Geno Smith, Barnwell wrote. Smith isn't a free agent, but if the Seahawks make a change at quarterback, I wonder if the Steelers would consider trading for him. In 12 starts this season, Smith has led the Seahawks to a 6-6 record with 15 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. He has also posted a 64.4% completion percentage and 7.3 yards per pass. Smith has experienced a unique NFL career. Once drafted in the second round of the 2013 NFL Draft, Smith appeared destined for a career as a backup. From 2015 to 20, Smith played for 4 different teams and made only 2 starts. As Barnwell mentioned, Smith crossed paths with Sullivan in 2017 with the New York Giants. While playing for the Seahawks in 2021, Smith received the opportunity to start in 3 contests. Then after trading Russell Wilson, the Seahawks gave Smith the chance to win the starting job permanently. He took advantage of the opportunity, registering, by far, the best season of his career in 2022 with 30 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Smith also led the NFL with a 69.8% completion percentage. He won the NFL Comeback Player of the Year award. While Smith hasn't posted as strong of statistics this season, he could be a great option for the Steelers in 2024. Smith can keep a team competitive as a starter. Theoretically, he is also a veteran who could return to a backup role to support a young quarterback like Pickett. The Steelers, though, would have to trade for Smith, who still has 2 years remaining on his contract. That will only be a possibility if the Seahawks first find their own quarterback upgrade. Depending on the compensation, trading for Smith could make a lot of sense for the Steelers. But it does depend on what the team looks like next season. Barnwell's main reason for connecting Smith to the Steelers was Sullivan. But in 4 games with Sullivan as the team's offensive play caller, the Steelers have averaged 14.25 points per game. In all likelihood, Sullivan will not be back as the offensive play caller. The question is whether he will remain on the coaching staff as quarterback's coach, which was his position under previous offensive coordinator Matt Canada. That will likely depend on who the Steelers hire as offensive coordinator. It could also depend on whether Tomlin returns as head coach. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's Ray Fittipaldo argued during an appearance on 93.7 The Fan on December 8 that there was a 50-50 shot that Tomlin won't return as head coach. The Steelers have only lost again since that claim from Fittipaldo. Obviously, if Tomlin isn't back, then the Steelers will likely make changes to their entire coaching staff. Then that new staff would use their previous connections to possibly find a quarterback to compete with Pickett. And you fan, what do you think of the Geno Smith situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.